when you do female-centric films that a lot of people then don't want to work with you. That's something that I got a lot of actually when I said yes to this film, and I was like, why would that be?
Yeah, egos का भी बड़ा खेल हो जाता है because somehow it's perceived कि जो काम मांग रहा है वो उसको काम की जरूरत है और जो काम देने वाला है वो भगवान है. Now the thing is that अगर इतना बड़ा difference होगा तो फिर काम कैसे करेंगे?
जी ये पता लग चुका है कि 3 तरीके के लोग हैं क्रिएटिविटी में.
जैसे कि
एक कोयला, एक सोना और एक हीरा. अब हीरा छोटा ही होता है.
Hi everyone, I'm Hesha and today I'm in conversation here on ETimes with Team Apurva. First of all, Tara, happy birthday month!
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
You know, you share your birthday with some super iconic people.
Yes,
I'm interviewing Sushmita right after this.
You are?
Yes, and then there's Indira Gandhi for you.
Zeenat
There's
Aman.
Zeenat Aman, Rani Lakshmi Bai.
Yes,
oh my God, what are your plans for your birthday this year?
Plans are big. And hopefully we'll have a wonderful party to celebrate Apurva as well, because Apurva releases on the 15th of November on Disney Plus Hotstar, just a few days before my birthday.
That's like 4 days before 19th November.
Yes, yes, a little plug in there.
You should do an early celebration.
Early celebration.
Okay, chalo done.
But I have to say this to you, it's my observation, and you can correct me if I'm wrong also, and attest it if it's true.
Okay.
I feel what Highway did for Alia Bhatt, Apurva is something that would do for Sutaria. When I saw that trailer, I was like, oh my God, this is not her, because most of us are used to seeing you in a certain way, in a certain character, but breaking that shackle and doing what you've done, even in the trailer that we've seen, I think is very impactful. I want to know, when you probably must have been boxed or compartmentalized to break through that and say yes to this, was that a challenge, or were you like, no, you know what, I know I'm an actor and I can pull this off?
Not a challenge at all. The most exciting decision I've ever made, and I wish I had even gotten this opportunity earlier in my career. This is something that I've always wanted to do. Nobody knows that, which is why I say this in every interview, because I really want people that are watching this to really know that about me, that I may look a certain way, I may speak a certain way, but that's just Tara, and that's not how I'd like to be in all of the films that I do. I'd like to be that, and I'd like to be so much more than people perceive me to be. And it's a very exciting time in my life, and I think, like you said, break the shackles, right? That's the idea. And I've fought very hard for people to see me in this way, because no matter how much I've tried, even prior to Apurva, you know, I've met so many directors and producers that for whatever reason just haven't been able to perceive me like this. So I'm very grateful to Murad sir and to Nikhil sir for from day one actually just being like, no, we totally see this and we think that this can happen. And I've been saying this for years, so I'm just like really happy that it's finally happening. I'm so happy that I met Nikhil sir and that our thoughts met in the way that they did. It's very, very important to have a leader of a team that has 100% belief in everything that you can do.
Yeah.
And that's been the case from day one on Apurva, and I'm just like, I literally can't wait. I mean, I love promotions, but I cannot wait for the release of this film, because I think it'll just speed up something that I've been waiting for very, very long.
If I were to ask you, what is that one thing through this whole year that you've learned and unlearned as a person, as Tara, and even as an actor? What would that be for you?
Biggest learning was actually when we started Apurva. There were a lot of naysayers, and there were a lot of people who were like, are you sure? Because we live in a male-dominated society and industry and things like that, which, again, trying to break the shackles of that as well. And a lot of people said something very peculiar to me, which I didn't even think about, which was apparently when you do female-centric films, that a lot of people then don't want to work with you. That's something that I got a lot of actually when I said yes to this film, and I was like, why would that be? And I don't particularly understand that concept at all. But there's been a lot of that. So there's been a lot of learning, a lot of very amusing statements that have been said to me in the last 5 years, but mostly in the last 1 year. And there's a lot of learning constantly as a human being and as an actor. But for someone who's doing this kind of film and sort of in this space where I'm playing Apurva, there's been a lot of challenges, but it's been the most exciting year, the most exciting film shoot that I've ever been a part of. There's just so much to do. Like every day there was so much to do, and very often we as young actresses, we don't have that much
Yeah.
that is given to us to do. So this is something that I have known in my capacity to be able to shine in, but a lot of people haven't seen that. So this is the year that all of the change happens, I think, and I'm really, really excited about that.
You know, I'm glad you said this because I want to break this thing also today. Whoever's watching us on Times of India right now, is that it's okay to do a female-centric project or not. Eventually, it's what we all as actors, as you guys have to do, is get bums on seat or viewership when you're watching it on OTT, right? This year has had some great female-centric films as well, and at the end of the day, it's a business, right? But I'm glad, I hope Apurva does that for you, for everybody, and even for your vision, because you got her to do it. Coming to you, I saw you in Aakhri Sach, and I met you also for the first time over there only, and I was like, this guy is scary. Like, in that face, he's scary. And then when I see you in Apurva's trailer with that whole swanky look and a different hairdo and all, it was amazing. I really want to know this from you, is that today as an actor, when you're getting projects, when people are approaching you, of course you have Stree and then you have Bhediya and all of that they talk about. What is it that makes you excited, charged, other than the script, which is a non-negotiable and a negotiable when you want to pick up something?
Director. I think that's very important, that who are you going to be a part of the process with, and I think that is really the make or break after the script. I mean, I think if, like how Nikhil sir, I called him, I said
Threatened.
that I want to. Yeah, that was almost a threat call, because I got to know that he's doing Kill and he didn't cast me that. And I'm like, that's exactly the kind of film I want to do. But like how Tara said that, many people would not know that you want to do it until and unless they see you.
Yeah.
So probably when I told him, something clicked and he said that, okay, let's do Apurva in few days. So that's how this happened. So yeah, I think sometimes you also need to break the barriers and reach out to people. It's very important to also keep a sane mind to understand who is really literally trying to do something different and probably with the purpose of making good cinema. Because once you're a part of good cinema, then whether it's female-centric, male-centric, whatever, I think that doesn't really matter, because eventually they will remember film achhi thi. They will never say, wo female-centric film achhi thi ya wo male-centric. Film achhi thi. So I think that's what the process is, to be a part of good films.
I'm glad you said it, because it's so okay and so normal to approach and ask for work. I don't think it's a bad thing at all. Like, we would do it as a journalist. If I know there is an opening somewhere, I would apply if I want to, right?
Of course.
That's how it should be. And I feel as a director or somebody who's writing for a particular part, especially for actors, it's pretty much their vision where they're going to cast you, and then a casting director comes in play and so on and so forth.
मुझे लगता है यहाँ ईगोस का भी बड़ा खेल हो जाता है, because somehow it's perceived कि जो काम मांग रहा है वो उसको काम की जरूरत है, और जो काम देने वाला है वो भगवान है. Now the thing is that अगर इतना बड़ा डिफरेंस होगा तो फिर काम कैसे करेंगे?
Correct.
अभी मैं कह रहा हूँ कि मैं भी प्रोफेशनल एक्टर हूँ, आप भी प्रोफेशनल फिल्म मेकर हैं, आप प्रोफेशनल प्रोड्यूसर्स हैं. We are all like professionals, and we are, and that whether we are professional or not, that you will have to fact check with the previous projects we have done, right? So simple सा वो तरीका है. Now as professionals we just asking for work with each other. Some people might say no, some people might say. So I think वो ego अगर हट जाए, वो personal ego, तो it's a very normal process.
Yeah. It's work at the end of the day.
हाँ, exactly.
It's work at the end of the day.
World over asks for work.
Yeah, everywhere.
Yeah, so everybody gets a little boxed up. Rajpal ji, I have to ask you this. इतने साल काम करने के बाद जब एक solid body of work बन जाता है, बहुत natural है, at least मेरे लिए, आप मुझे correct कर सकते हो, कि एक complacency आ जाती है, that you get either you get a little laid back or you feel कि शायद same type of roles मिल रहे हैं, या अभी मैं ये नहीं कुछ और करना चाहता हूँ, कुछ हटके करना चाहता हूँ. वो आपने अपने career stream में तो किया ही है, but वो motivation अभी भी क्या है आपके लिए that still drives you that this is it for me?
क्योंकि मेरा कुछ body of work है नहीं.
ये तो आप
मैं आपको ईमानदारी से बताता हूँ, क्योंकि मैं कोई मीडियोकर बात नहीं करता हूँ. देखिए,
बट फिर भी
मैं आपको एक मिनट में अगर मैं इसका प्रूफ कि मेरा बॉडी ऑफ वर्क इसलिए नहीं मैं मानता हूँ कि बॉडी ऑफ वर्क वहाँ से होता है जहाँ से कोई बॉडी होती है. कि अगर मुझे ना 3 लाइन का रोल एक नुक्कड़ प्ले में मिला था, फिर 3 लाइन का रोल एक स्टेज प्ले पे मिला, फिर 3 लाइन का रोल मुझे इधर आके एक सीरियल में मिला, फिर एक 3 लाइन का रोल मुझे मिला शूल में, वो 13 लाइन का हो गया. फिर उसके बाद 3 सीन का रोल नहीं था जंगल में, फिर वो 4-5 सीनों में बदल गया. फिर उसके बाद में 4 सीन का रोल था प्यार तूने क्या किया में। मेरा कहने का मतलब ये था कि मैंने कभी कोई बॉडी बनाने का कुछ सोचा नहीं, इसलिए फिर वो 3 लाइन से कब 300 लाइन मिली, लगभग 2023 तक 200 फिल्मों के 10-5 कम या ऊपर नीचे रिलीज अनरिलीज, 1 सीन 2 सीन टिल अपूर्वा। तो मेरा क्या मानना है कि ये जो बॉडी ऑफ वर्क है ना, ये कुछ अच्छे रोल्स मुझसे करवा सकता है। पहले तो कोई मेरी भूख नहीं, मैंने जब अगर बोलते ना कि अगर बार बार मैं बोलता हूँ कि मैंने बड़े काम देख लिए हैं या तो देखा नहीं, छोटे से गांव से निकल के 7 समंदर को ताल के रूप में देखने के बाद, और उसमें मुझे ये पता लग चुका है कि 3 तरीके के लोग हैं क्रिएटिविटी में।
जैसे कि
एक कोयला, एक सोना और एक हीरा। अब हीरा छोटा ही होता है।
Because it takes a lot in an ensemble cast also to stand up and to remember names, and I feel that's what you've done. So hence he's like मैं हीरा हूँ और मैं छोटा हूँ।
मैं मान चुका हूँ कि मैं भाई छोटा हूँ। बड़े डिसाइड कर ले कौन बड़ा है, मैं मान के चुका हूँ कि छोटा हूँ, और मतलब हीरा छोटा ही होता है।
Shine bright like a diamond. When you're part of a franchise which actually becomes a legacy, there is some sort of a pressure, there is some sort of shoes to fit in, so on so forth. Let's say you're fitting your own shoes, so you kind of have to like surpass your own particular character, your own role. Hence, this brings me to my question, which is that is there any kind of nervousness, is there excitement, or is it just that you're taking it as a job and then just going forward with it with no expectations?
No, there's a lot of nervousness here. I think there's always, I think any actor, any artist, whenever we're performing, there's butterflies in the stomach. And those are better than love wala butterflies. So I feel that वो जो एक हमेशा nervousness रहती है, probably that gives us the responsibility to probably work hard on whatever we are doing.
So that doesn't scare you from being a part of one franchise to the other?
I mean, I think it's, yeah, of course.
It's chill.
And also I feel that once you've done a character now, it's easier to actually go and shoot, because your majority of your homework is already been done. So you know your character, you know your mannerisms. Now you just need to go and perform the dialogues and however. So it's actually easier, I would say. And now I understand why probably a lot of Hollywood actors, they say no to a franchisee after a point, because I'm like, probably they get bored or they get tired because there's nothing new to do. It's just a different situation, but the character is behaving the same. So whatever you're doing, suddenly you feel कि यार ये मैंने पहले किया हुआ है, but it's not your fault. It's a character which is. So yeah, I mean.
That's when you're fitting into your own shoes. But probably if we do see you in Aashiqui 3, you're fitting into somebody. Aashiqui.
I've done a couple of franchise films.
Yeah.
I did.
You started with Student of the Year.
Student of the Year 2, Hero Panti 2, Ek Villain Returns. These are all franchises. There was a certain anticipation that I had, but however, coming back to Apurva, there is definitely an excited nervousness for people to just watch the film, because I know that when they watch the film, there is no doubt in my mind that it will be consumed well.
Yeah.
But there's a different sort of anticipation and nervousness when you're doing a franchise, because it has a pre-loved audience. You're fitting into characters that people have a lot of anticipation for prior to you even being a part of the project. So there's all of that. Doing a film like Apurva is a different kind of nervousness and excitement, but most excited about this one.
Lots of love for that. I love the trailer personally.
अगर फिल्म नहीं तो फिर थॉट नया, फिर कैरेक्टर भी नए होना चाहिए, तो उसका सबका स्वागत है। लेकिन अगर अच्छा इन्होंने फर्स्ट में ये कहा, सेकंड में ये कह रहे हैं, तो वो समझ लो फिर वो अपना ही बस बासा खाना खा रहे हो आप। अगर कोई भी फ्रेंचाइजी
आपने अभी भी ड्रीम गर्ल 2 you were a part of that also.
कहानी अलग मिलनी चाहिए। अब अगर वो 3 भी बने 4 बने, लेकिन अलग सिचुएशन। हम लोग जैसे रियल लाइफ जीवन जीते हैं, कैरेक्टर भी जीवन जी सकते हैं, लेकिन उनको सिचुएशन अलग मिलनी चाहिए तो वो अच्छी लगेगी। सिचुएशन सेम नहीं होनी चाहिए।
Lots of love to Apurva. I wish your birthday is great with success too. And thank you so much for talking to us. Thank you so much for your time, guys.